Today, we're diving into the latest leaks and rumors about a much-anticipated device from Samsung. That's right, we're talking about the Galaxy S24 FE. Samsung seemed to have some exciting changes in store for this new fan edition. While Samsung skipped the Galaxy S22 FE, they seem to have made it a point to launch a new fan edition Galaxy S phone every year. And the buzz is already building around the Galaxy S24 FE. We've got our hands on some design leaks and specs, so let's break it all down. First up, let's talk about design. Thanks to OwnLeaks and GizNext, we've got our first look at the Galaxy S24 FE. The most noticeable change? Thinner bezels. Yes, you heard that right. Samsung has managed to trim down the bezels even more compared to the Galaxy S23 FE. But there's still one little issue: the chin. The bottom bezel is noticeably thicker than the others. For those of you keeping track, the Galaxy S24 FE measures 162/77.3 x 8mm, slightly larger than the Galaxy S23 FE, which measured 158/76.5 x 8.2mm. This increase in size means we're getting a slightly bigger screen, 6.65 inches diagonally compared to the 6.4 inches on its predecessor. The design closely mirrors the Galaxy S24 and Galaxy S24 Plus with flat metal sides, a USB Type-C port at the bottom, and power and volume buttons on the right side. The triple camera setup at the back remains a standout feature. Here's a 360-degree view of the Galaxy S24 FE in full HD resolution. Pretty sleek, right? Now onto the specs. As always, the devil is in the details. According to previous reports, the Galaxy S24 FE will be powered by the Exynos 2400 chipset in most markets. This is the same 10-core processor found in the Galaxy S24 and S24 Plus. While Exynos chips have had a mixed track record, the Exynos 2400 is expected to perform quite well. The phone recently popped up on Geekbench, sporting 12 GB of RAM and running Android 14 with One UI 6. That's a lot of power under the hood for a mid-range device. This should provide a smooth and responsive experience, whether you're multitasking, gaming, or just browsing. Camera-wise, the Galaxy S24 FE features a 50-megapixel primary camera and a 10-megapixel selfie shooter. These are the same specs as the previous model, which means you can expect solid performance. The rear camera setup likely includes a 12-megapixel ultra-wide and an 8-megapixel or 10-megapixel telephoto lens with 3x optical zoom. Unfortunately, details about the battery capacity and charging speeds are still under wraps. But if history is any guide, the Galaxy S24 FE will probably stick with 25-watt fast charging, similar to the Galaxy S24. We can also expect the Galaxy S24 FE to feature an IP67 rating for dust and water resistance, and in-display fingerprint reader, stereo speakers, and wireless charging. Connectivity options should include GNSS 5G, Wi-Fi 6E, Bluetooth 5.3, NFC, and a USB 3.2 Type-C port. So when can we expect to see the Galaxy S24 FE? Rumors suggest that Samsung might announce the phone in late 2024 or early 2025. It's still a bit of a wait, but given the improvements in features, it looks like it will be worth it. And that's all for today's deep dive into the Galaxy S24 FE. What do you think about the design and specs? Are you excited about the thinner bezels, or does the thicker chin bother you? Let us know in the comments below. If you've enjoyed this video, don't forget to hit the like button, share it with your friends, and subscribe for more tech updates. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next video. Stay tuned and peace out. In just a few months' time, the iPhone 16 Pro Max will succeed the iPhone 15 Pro Max and take on the mantle as the best and most advanced iPhone out there. Although there's plenty of time until September and a lot can change, we seem to know a lot about the upcoming top iPhone model based on rumors and leaks. How is the iPhone 16 Pro Max shaping up against its predecessor? What's changing and what's staying the same? Let's see how the iPhone 16 Pro Max shapes up against the current best iPhone Apple has in its roster. First up, let's talk about design and size. The iPhone 16 Pro Max will inherit the same design language as the iPhone 15 Pro Max, employing the same titanium frame with a completely flat screen. The major difference between the iPhone 16 Pro Max and the iPhone 15 Pro Max will be size. The upcoming iPhone screen will grow to 6.9 inches across, a significant bump over the iPhone 15 Pro Max's 6.7-inch display. To achieve this, they're likely shrinking the bezels down even further and making the phone itself slightly larger overall. As per the rumors, the iPhone 16 Pro Max will measure 163mm in height and 77.58mm in width versus 159.9mm and 76.7mm for the iPhone 15 Pro Max, respectively. A small but notable change, all things considered. The iPhone 15 Pro Max debuted with an action button instead of a mute switch and a USB Type-C port at the bottom, so those two features will be carrying over to the newer model as well. However, the iPhone 16 series will be scoring another button, dubbed the Capture button. Colors-wise, the iPhone 15 Pro Max was available in 4 understated and titanium-inspired colors. We've heard that Apple might use another titanium processing technique that will make the iPhone 16 Pro Max glossier and also more capable of retaining colors. Moving on to display differences. As mentioned, the iPhone 16 Pro Max will come along with a significantly larger display, measuring at 6.9 inches across. Aside from the size, we don't clearly expect any other major changes. We're certainly getting a liquid Retina XDR display with an OLED panel delivering superb colors, contrast, and exceptional maximum brightness. The screen will support 120Hz ProMotion refresh rate, making scrolling through the interface and on-screen content way smoother. Now let's delve into performance and software. The iPhone 16 Pro Max will feature a second-generation 3nm chip, possibly dubbed Apple A18 Pro. As one can imagine, we expect that the Apple A18 Pro will have better performance than the Apple A17 Pro. Due to the heavily rumored focus on AI for both iOS and the iPhone 16 range, we expect that the iPhone 16 Pro Max will come with a much improved neural engine to take care of all the generative AI features. The iPhone 16 Pro Max will also be a first to debut iOS 18 with a focus on artificial intelligence features. The new iPhone 16 Pro Max will also support faster Wi-Fi 7 and a more power-efficient 5G modem, keeping you future-proofed on the connectivity front. Let's talk about the camera. As the iPhone 15 Pro Max delivers a host of important camera features, chief among which is the new 120mm telephoto lens, the iPhone 16 Pro Max could finally address one of the forgotten cameras that hasn't recently scored any significant overhauls, the ultra-wide. Analyst Ming-Chi Kuo believes that Apple will be introducing a 48-megapixel ultra-wide camera on the iPhone 16 Pro Max. When it comes to audio quality, iPhone Pro Max devices are always up there with the best, setting the benchmarks for all other manufacturers to measure up against. The iPhone 16 Pro Max will be no exception. The same generally applies to haptics too. iPhones are arguably the best devices when it comes to haptic feedback, giving us precise and accurate vibrations that are sufficiently strong yet not overpowering. Lastly, battery life and charging. The iPhone 16 Pro Max will reportedly feature a much larger 4,676 mAh battery compared to the 4,422 mAh battery in the iPhone 15 Pro Max. Charging-wise, we haven't heard anything about a potential charging speed increase, but we hope to see one on the iPhone 16 Pro Max. So far, the iPhone 16 Pro Max is shaping up to be a logical improvement to the iPhone 15 Pro Max, delivering key upgrades in important areas like screen size, performance, AI, and battery life. Thus far, we haven't heard anything particular about a potential price increase, so it's safe to assume that the iPhone 16 Pro Max will start at $1,199 for the 256GB version. Of course, if there's an iPhone 15 Pro Max in your pocket, then you'll probably have few reasons to upgrade to the iPhone 16 Pro Max. Stay tuned for more updates on the iPhone 16 Pro Max as we get closer to its release date. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for the latest tech news and reviews. Thanks for watching. Until next time.